Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is actually the first video I'm recording with commentary, so hope everything is going to be fine, and I excuse myself in advance if you can't quite understand me from time to time. So in this week on the Reddit League we play Cambodia, and I personally play against still this Nick, the top player of Division 4B. So this was looking like a difficult and important match for me because I have to win if I want to keep my chance of promotion into the next into the upper division. So I do put on a lot of practice, learning to differentiate between landscape, learning the phone area codes of Cambodia, and also where the dry season coverage are located. So with all of that, I was pretty confident I could win my match, but let's see how it actually turns out. So first location are in a city, some residential area. So going down that road to find a sign but wasn't readable. Then moving forward to the city, finding ads with number on them, but these were mobile one, and this was a drugstore with just a random name on it. And here I quickly find a area code 63, which is the area code of Siem Reap province, which was kind of a relief because usually you have to look carefully for those numbers to find them. They aren't that easily findable. Then going northeast to this road, but couldn't find any more information. But maybe if I have looked around a bit more, I would have seen something I'm going to talk about later. The north of this road doesn't look very promising either. And then finally pick up the right intersection and meeting a proper road here, and then address written in Latin alphabet with Siem Reap, the city on it, and additional information like Slokram here that you can see on the upper left, which at the time I thought was a city name, so I'm actually looking for it on the map here. Then wrote down the address and moved forward to the road, trying to find a milestone with names on it, but finally decide to go to the south of the road, which looks more promising. And then seeing those buildings here and telling myself that we were probably directly in Siem Reap, sorry. Then at that time, by the look of the road, which seems quite big, and the global orientation, I think I should have make a educated guess and try to find what these are actually interesting signs if only they were translated. So yeah, I would have tried to find the more precise location, but instead I choose to try to confirm where I was. Here you can see Siem Reap on that sign, Siem Reap city, which confirms that we are north to the city center. So yeah, here is my mistake on that run. I spent too much time trying to confirm where I was. I guess in the fear of making a big mistake, but that wasn't the right decision, I believe. Still trying to find the street name or number, but couldn't find it. So I finally decided. I think I was closer to the actual location where I'm putting my marker here, and I still didn't go back to the start, seeing Angkor Wat temple here, which is north to the Charles de Gaulle road, and yeah, finally trying to pinpoint more precisely, but with 10 seconds left, it's impossible to find the right intersection. So I put my marker randomly here, and I was more south and next to this river. I didn't see when I was going to this road going north. I probably would have seen it if I've searched for it, but that would have made it way easier to pinpoint. Here a very different location, very rural, but you can see that it looks very dry as well. So it's actually one of the dry coverage I was talking about. There's only a few of them scattered around Cambodia. So I already knew that we were to the north of the country, and with the mountains in the back, it was even more obvious because the border with Thailand is actually some kind of plateau. So yeah, I was trying to find number on that sign, then going back to the start, wanting to go west, but doesn't seem like the right idea. So yeah, dry season coverage plus the mountain. In my head at that moment I was already pretty sure of the general area. So here in next to the border with Thailand, and then trying to find a road that with the orientation matches. And what's interesting about this location is that you're usually not that close to the mountains. So then I remember that we were probably maybe very close to the Thai border. Here it is, and this looked like the right orientation for the road with this little curve here that leads to the yellow one. I actually put my marker here on the right road, but I wasn't sure, so I was trying to confirm that intuition. So the curve does match. Then trying to see if those houses were on the map, and they were. So I knew I was sure that I was on the right location then. Then pinpointing is going to be difficult with just a few houses visible but a lot of them on the map. Trying to find a path here. Thought it was this one that was indicated. Counting the houses, seeing the shape and how far I am actually from the intersection. Decided it was just a random path not visible on the map. Yeah, trying to see. The rest is really just pinpointing, like seeing those houses in the distance next to the intersection, and trying to see how far I am from those. But I couldn't find somewhere that actually fits. So I put on my marker quite randomly, and then I'm very close to the actual location, but as you can see here, I'm actually second on the map, which that means not a lot of people gets it. So I was very happy and hopeful around that time. So next location is by the sea, on what seemed like a touristic area, on a quite big city as well. So I cross this bigger road here, and then on the distance I see this sign with a direction and a road number, which I wasn't quite sure, but which seemed to start with a 3, and couldn't quite make the name of the other town here. But then I open my map and try to find a 3 something road here, 338, and then the map is just a matter of pinpointing again, finding the right spot by the sea with this little pier on the side. And then 5Ks. And this was actually a very easy round. I think almost everyone got that one. Then to the next, very rural location again. But you can still see some mountains in the back. And this look a bit similar to the round 2. But as I was going north, I got an impression of deja vu. I recognize that area from my practice round, but this thing just goes stronger as I was going down that road, and until I meet an intersection here with this barrier in the center. I knew I already saw that it was a repeat for me. Basically, I got a location that was not starting in that village to the south, but very close to this crossroad here. Then I remember it was this white road going east to west, trying to find somewhere that matches. Here we go. Making sure it's actually the right one, even though I was pretty sure already, to confirm my intuition. It does match. Then going back to the start, and remember I was in a village at the start, trying to see if I can see the intersection on the map. Yes, it does. So I'm just above this road here, after the curve. Then it's just a matter of finding the right houses, which can be a bit tricky considering the foliage around me at that time, and also how sometimes inaccurate the map is. Maybe because it changed in the meantime. The coverage was actually in 2013 or 14, and the map has been updated ever since. Then I noticed I was closer to the intersection, and then seen the big houses here. So I got it right, and I was actually the only one and first on the map. So it was really very good at that moment. But another rural location again, and this one wasn't a repeat. So I felt a bit of pressure, I would say. Because this could stretch out for quite a long time. But fortunately I soon met a road. Trying to see if there's not any milestone here. But there's only cows around, mistaking one from a milestone. Trying to see if I can find any phone numbers. Another cow, and then finding a milestone with a B-Manche return on it at 161 kilometers and the 5 highway. Well, not really a highway, but a main road. I actually can't find B-Manche, and actually to this date I didn't know where it is, and Phnom Penh on the other direction. So actually a bit closer to Manche. I still couldn't find it. Yeah, trying to check if I didn't make a mistake. This does look more and more populated as I was going north. Then again, trying to find a number here. This sign looks promising, but turns out I can't read Khmer. This all the same information as before with Phnom Penh at 200 kilometers. So yeah, with 2 minutes left, I still got plenty of time. I was starting to feel a bit stressed. Trying to look at a lot of sign, and here we go. Bakan Pursat, the city name. Unfortunately, it's not written exactly like that on the map. Here you can see Bakan, just here. But I was searching for Bakan Pursat and I didn't see it. It was just here on my screen and I was totally blind and I didn't make the connection between the two. So I search a little more, but I start to look at the sign a bit too much, I would say. Since I was obviously getting into a big city, I should have just go further away, trying to reach a bigger intersection with. Maybe I would have seen the city name and some sign that would have confirmed that which was actually the city name I saw before, and then I decided to go back to the starting location with only 40 seconds left, which was not the brightest of the decision. I still put my marker somewhere around the right area because the orientation of the road matches. Then decide to put it south of this road, but not on the right one, unfortunately. And yeah, here you can see that I'm panicking. I should have just trying to find the right location, not searching for information. And turns out I wasn't so far away, but yeah, didn't see backhand. But still first on the map, which I was very happy and which I didn't expect first when I went into this. So I obviously beat my opponent who was already played. Here you can see still the sneak. Further down in the table. So yeah, very happy with my results, even with a few regrets here and there. On the first and last round, I did very well overall. And training does make a lot of difference here on this map. Learning the area codes, learning how to well the dry season coverage are could provide to be very useful. So yeah, that's all it is for me, and thank you all for watching. Take care.